The Mariners winning 8-3 last night. Contributions continue to come from a variety of guys.
This is becoming a very fun team to watch right now. It really is. This team is delivering. We've talked about the starting pitching, what they have done. The bullpen with the return of Gabe Spire and Matt Brash has been on fire. And one of the keys for the Mariners right now is that guys are simply stepping up when they're called upon. In Game 1 of the series against the Mets, it's Cole Young, the young second baseman, with a walk-off winner. Game 2, how about Dominic Canzone? 3 hits in this game. Johnny Pereda, Patrick Wisdom, both coming through with big home runs. We saw this, Paul, with the Seahawks. Guys stepping up when others are injured, and now we're starting to see it with the Mariners.
And when you have guys doing that's what good teams do. That's what good teams do when they have guys that are injured. They find a way to step up and fill the moment. And I think they do that by not trying to do too much. Johnny just putting up a good at-bat, finally got a pitch, middle in that he could turn on, and he did. Wiz doing the same thing. Wiz hits homers, and, just putting up a good at-bat, finally got a pitch he could hit, and put a good swing on it. I think if you're trying to do too much there, it doesn't happen. So, those guys doing a really good job of just staying true to who they are, and filled the moment in a huge way for us today that helped us win a ball game.
Yeah, if you're a casual Mariners fan, listening to Dan Wilson, Chris, you need like a glossary. He's got all these nicknames for all his players.
Wiz.
Next guy steps up, he's got another nickname there. You just got to keep up, folks. The Mariners' bottom 4 hitters were 8 for 15 with 5 runs scored and 5 RBI last night. As Dan mentioned, the Wiz, Patrick Wisdom, with a big game, stepped up for Josh Naylor.
Yeah, how about that average? 8 for 15, 533 in this game. And you mentioned Wisdom, Paul, the Wiz. Drafted way back in 2012. He is now 34. He's played for the Cardinals, the Rangers, and the Cubs. Last year, he was playing in South Korea. And he says he learned a lot during that experience.
I got to point to maybe having more fun with the game. Enjoying the moments, not white knuckling a lot of things, because over there, they play with a lot of energy, a lot of fun, a lot of fundamentals, and so I knew I had to do all that, especially with the language barrier. I kind of had to make sure baseball was smooth and a priority in that sense. So I feel like I learned a lot from those players in terms of how to enjoy the game, how to go about your business. I was able to play with some Korean legends, and so just picking their brain about hitting and watching them how they go about their work, and I felt like it was really valuable.
And Paul, we're hearing that from a lot of the players right now, trying to get back to the basics, the fundamentals, also about having fun, bringing energy to the ballpark. Obviously, that's easier when you're winning. When times are tough and you're losing, there's a lot of negativity out there. But I think the Mariners have battled through that. They've stuck together through this all. And, we're only in June, a lot of baseball to play. But you like the way this team is trending right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that guys like Wisdom and some of the other younger players, they can go overseas, they can go and try to fine-tune their games, either get a second chance at making it back to the bigs, and a lot of the guys take advantage of that opportunity, and Wisdom is certainly one of those guys. Dave Wyman and Bob Stelton team up for Wyman and Bob weekdays at 2 p.m. on Seattle Sports 710. Dave joins us now, and we'll keep things going with the Mariners. Dave, appreciate you coming on. How impressed are you with the role they're on right now?
Well, first of all, I had a juice box and some orange slices last night. So whether the
Us
juice
old
box
guys, we got a snack, Dave.
Juice spots.
What are you? Are you 10 years old?
I'm sorry.
Dave, yeah. I mean, he's going to have a root beer float tonight, Dave.
I got to tell you, I'm down on my ice cream supply is getting down. I think I have enough for half a glass tonight, so but it's probably a good thing. Maybe I'll let my cats finish it. So.
Well, hey, just to kind of keep on with the theme of, players that are getting it done, that, you don't have Brendan Donovan, you don't have Cal Raleigh. And if you look at, the stat page for the Mariners, guy leading with the batting average, Randy Arozarena, and I know he's a big part of what they do, but as far as home runs and RBI go, I think Julio just overtook Luke Raley for most RBI on the team, but he's got 13 home runs. So you're getting it from guys like that. Another guy I would like to shout out is Cooper Criswell. You know, last night he came in and faced the pretty much the meat of that order, and you know he got Benj, he walked him, but then he got ground out, strikeout, pop out from Melendez, Benj, Bichette, and Soto. So yeah, guys like you know Cooper Criswell, and as you mentioned, you know the young guys and Luke Raley, they're just getting it done all kinds of different ways, and so I love all the contributions without, you know, arguably two of your biggest stars, Cal and Brendan.
I love it, Dave, how you mentioned Cooper. We actually featured him a week ago. I had the chance to sit down with him, and he's somebody that used to be a starting pitcher, and then he got to spring training, and they said, "What do you need me to do?" And it was, "We need you to be a reliever." And he's taken that role. He's done a great job pitching, you know, sometimes in the 8th and 9th inning and saving those bullpen arms. Dave, you mentioned the young guns, and I go to game 2 of that Mets series, the final out, and Colt Emerson. I mean, this kid is only 20 years old. He laid down a perfect bunt in that game as well. The defense, the offense we're seeing. How impressive has Colt Emerson been to you?
Well, I mean, both him and Cole Young, first of all, they look so young that you just can't believe the maturity and the way that they play and how professional they are. And by the way, Colt Emerson, I just read a story about how he was kicked out of a football game in high school for targeting. And I'm like, there is my new favorite Mariner, Colt Emerson. But yeah, I mean, he was a multi-sport athlete, and, you know, he was a guy that everybody was, you know, raving about, but now you see that he can handle the pressure, and he's coming in making all kinds of great plays and hitting the ball hard. And yeah, it's just so nice to be able to rely on some of those young guys, and that fits into the theme of, you know, everybody. It's like Chuck Knox used to always say, all hands on deck. You know, everybody has to make a play, and what's going on with those young guys that you wouldn't really have expected that.
Yeah. A little technical difficulties out there. It's the palatial estate. We're having trouble with his Wi-Fi. But stay with us here. Johnny Pereda, Dave, stepping up with Cal Raleigh out. Pereda has some interesting history. He grinded out 11 years in the minors before making his major league debut in 24. Love that kind of a story. And he's also listed as a catcher. But he has done some pitching during blowouts. When he was with the A's, he struck out 4-time MVP Shohei Ohtani. So, Dave, you have to appreciate a guy like Pereda, 30 years old, and taking advantage of his opportunity.
Yeah. I've seen from him a little bit is that maybe not the fastest guy in the world, but he got thrown out at home on a sac fly to and he is really a wizard behind the plate. I mean, I think his defense is great. He's got a great arm, a cannon for an arm, and then, you know, hits his second home run. So, yeah, again, maintaining that theme of you are getting it from all kinds of different places while you've got a guy like Cal Raleigh and Brendan Donovan down.
Yeah, Dave and Paul, you guys both mentioned Cal. He was actually at the field yesterday getting in some work behind the plate. We have some video of that. He looked good, making throws to second, making throws to third base. He had a smile on his face. Seemed like he was happy to be back there chatting with all the guys. Getting proper time to rehab will get him healthy. But, Dave, I got to believe, and you know this, being a former professional athlete, being away from the game for a little bit is also going to make him hungry when he returns, isn't it?
Yeah, no question. Yeah, and you know it's tough, especially for baseball players. I know as a football player, it was tough. It was like, you know, you're around and you're going through all of the practices and you're standing around. You don't really feel like you're part of the team. And for guys like, and I don't know, maybe Brendan and Cal are getting together down in Arizona, but you know they're away from the team. So it was so good to have him come back, and you know he's just such a great presence in that clubhouse. So nice for Cal. I feel bad for him just because it's really tough, and I was the king of that. I mean, I had like 2 or 3 seasons that were uninterrupted by injuries, and so that's always a tough, you know, part of it mentally that you have to go through. And we know Cal, one of the toughest guys, not only physically, but mentally.
Yeah, he's fun to watch, and great to see his smile on his face as he rejoins his teammates.